to just play it. Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40! Can't wait! Let's go!
Yo, what is up? It's me, it's Keen. We're back in the building with another Hoop Dreams and TD Queens. Of course, got my girl, Jeudy. She's always here. What's going on, Jeudy? What's going on, Kyle? Appreciate you. Daniel, what's up? All right, so it's like Jeudy is having some, I was about to say you're having some technical difficulties? While she fixes her camera and her she'll be back in. But what is going on, y'all? We are back with another episode again of the Hoop Dreams and TD Queens. Of course, we always talking NBA and NFL here. Got some good topics for y'all today. We're gonna get into the Steve Smith and Jeudy. Micah Parsons saying keep that same energy. So we're gonna go over a lot of good stuff here. And here she is. Got my co-host. We got Jeudy. What's going on, man?
What's up? I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm good. Ready to get down to the nitty-gritty. But you brought this topic up to me since this is your boy, not OBJ, but the other one, and Jeffrey Simmons. What is going on with this here? I gotta blow it up. But Jeffrey Simmons and OBJ getting into it? Talk about it. Can you hear me? Jeudy having some technical issues here.
All right. Y'all can hear me now, right?
Yeah, you're good now.
Hopefully I fixed it for good. But yeah, this whole situation right here just ticked me off because the grand scheme of the situation, I understand. The play, you can argue that Jeffrey went a little low on Mr. Flowers or whoever it was. But to knee a man in the ribs and then to sit here while he's down and then to do the whole flop thing, that was unnecessary on both ends. And then to sit here and say, oh, he needed to use my name for clout or something. Don't nobody need to use your injury-riddled name for nothing. For nothing, boy. That man got paid $94 million. What do you got to use your name for? Take your win and take your butt whooping because they got into a fight afterwards. That the Ravens players were screaming for security. Take your win and your little butt whooping and settle down somewhere. Because don't nobody need to use your name for nothing. Not on this end. Especially when that same name, you got it from a catch that you did while my running back was in college. You know how long ago that was?
It was some years ago since Derrick Henry been in college.
Exactly. And we all know that you got a Super Bowl ring, but we all know exactly how that happened.
Right.
So you've been known for a catch and for antics, but yet somebody need to use your name for clout. And you're always hurt. Don't nobody need to use your name for nothing, Odell.
Right, no, definitely. What's going on, Coach? Appreciate you being in here. Yeah, OBJ, don't nobody need to use your name for anything. You know, Jeffrey Simmons is doing pretty good by himself over there in that Tennessee defense, even though Tennessee's defense isn't that bad. So he's a top lineman over there. So don't nobody need to use your name. Jeffrey. OBJ. Stay in your lane. Y'all got the win on Sunday, barely. Because if Tennessee didn't make no mistakes, y'all definitely would have lost that game.
Exactly.
But OBJ's always in the news. He for something. So he's just coming back from an injury. He can never stay on the field. So how is he helping Lamar Jackson out if he's hurt? But that was Jory's rant. She had to get that off her chest. Coming off.
I did.
But we are going to switch things here. Staying in the NFL. Why is nobody talking about how good Travis Etienne is right now? I know he's in your division as well. You don't want to talk about the division rivals, but why is nobody talking about Travis Etienne? He is balling right now. The Jags is actually playing pretty well, 5-2. He is killing it. Last year came off, he was done for the year because he had that injury, but he's coming back with a vengeance, and he is balling and playing pretty dang good for this Jaguars team. Why is nobody talking about Travis Etienne?
It's because he plays for the Jaguars, and they're so enamored with this whole Calvin Ridley, Trevor Lawrence thing that Travis Etienne is starting to find himself third wheeling a little bit, even though he shouldn't when it comes to the love being spread. Because he's a big, I hate to admit it, he's a big part of that offense. He's one of the reasons why that offense, when that offense is on, it's on. So to me, it's mainly due to the whole romanticization of the Calvin Ridley thing. Because when Calvin Ridley has his drops, we all see about that. When Calvin Ridley has a monster game, we all see about that. But we're not hearing as much about Travis Etienne anymore.
So far on the year, Travis Etienne has 504 rushing yards with 7 TDs right now. His last game that he did play on Thursday night against the Saints, he didn't have a pretty bad game. So far, he's been 14 carries, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns, 18 carries, 55 yards. And that win against Buffalo, he had 26 carries, 136 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Travis Etienne is that guy. He's always getting overlooked. He's getting overlooked so far, like you said, because of Calvin Ridley and Trevor Lawrence. But don't sleep on Travis Etienne, y'all. Do not sleep on Travis Etienne. Kyle says he's a running back. People will always look at the quarterback and the wide receiver first. Exactly. Mo, what's going on, Mo? Exactly. So whenever Trevor Lawrence or the receivers aren't, either they dropping passes or they're not getting the yardage or they need to, Travis Etienne bails them out, especially with the running game. He's looking pretty good coming off that injury from last year that kept him out the whole season. So Travis Etienne is coming along very well, and he has a brother in college that's going to come out too. So watch out for him as well. But Travis is doing his thing in that division, and they're leading the division right now, 5-2. So the Jags aren't playing too bad. I know Jeudy don't like that because they're Titans, but she got to admit the Jags is actually holding their own.
I had to realize that 2 days ago. I'm like, all right.
All right. So the Jags are on the bye this week, so they do get a break. They did. Well, the Saints, they play Thursday now. They don't think they play again Sunday. But they get the win. The Saints, if they would have that catch in the end zone, maybe we wouldn't be we were talking things differently about Travis Etienne. But the Jags, they definitely pulled it out.
Mm-hmm.
To the next headache.
Oh Lord.
James Harden. Of course, James Harden has not practiced, has not been with the team since media day. His teammates, they asked Joel, where's James? He's like, maybe he had something going on, family matter, personal matter. He didn't want to get into it. Come to find out, guess where James Harden was at?
Houston.
James Harden was in Houston. Why are you in Houston, sir? Why are you in Houston? I understand your relationship with Daryl Morey is gone. No more. Finished. so you're just not going to play basketball. So you're just going to, I feel like this is the Ben Simmons 2.0 all over again. It's Ben Simmons all over again.
Worse.
All over again.
Worse.
Yeah, worse. Definitely worse than Ben Simmons. Daryl Morey, he wants a first and pick swap and Terrence Mann. Clippers say no, we don't want Terrence Mann. We don't want to give up Terrence Mann. So what does Philly do? What happens now? He's just going to sit. Is he going to sit here? Is he going to play? Is he going to sabotage? What is James Harden going to do? What is Philadelphia going to do? As Sixers fans, I should be optimistic going into the season because the preseason we actually didn't look bad. We definitely could see that the coaching changed with Nick Nurse. He's spreading the ball around. We're getting open shots. I don't know what's going to happen in Philly with James Harden. What do you think?
How much longer do we need to suffer through this drama? I mean, it's kind of traumatizing if you think about it. But in this foolishness. And then for personal reasons, we all knew he just didn't want to show up to training camp. He wasn't coming regardless. And as far as Philadelphia asking for a first, for him, the day pigs flies the day that's going to happen because they're not going to get a first for him. Especially with how he's been acting, to trade him for a first, for him to go on another team and act like that when he's not happy. Ain't nobody giving up a first for him. So I feel like the 76ers need to be realistic, take the best trade offer and ship him somewhere else. Hurry up. It don't have to be the Clippers. Ship him to the Magic or the Pistons or the Cavaliers. Whoever makes the best offer, get him up out of there. And if Joel Embiid, who's also been putting out these little specks of he doesn't know if he wants to be there, trying to throw out hints and stuff, so I've read, if he want to go, he can go too. I bet y'all tired of both of them at this point.
It's just tiring, especially you have to go through this yet again. I'm with you there. If I understand you don't want to get James Harden for free, but at this point, I'll take him for a Will Smith CD and some candy right now. That's just how I'm feeling. Ship him off somewhere where we can get somebody in return. I know we're not going to get nobody in return that's going to move the needle. I understand that. If we can get a good quality starter, a good quality role player, I don't care. Just get James Harden out of here. Same thing with Ben Simmons. He got out of here. So I don't know what more he's waiting on.
It's just this dark James Harden cloud that's holding over that organization right now.
Which Will Smith CD getting jiggy with it?
I don't even know about that. I'm too young for that. But send him for a pack of chips and a hot dog. Whoever. Something of some sustenance. It'll be addition by subtraction at this point. That's the way I feel about Mr. Harden.
So I don't know if Harden found a loophole in his contract or what, but if it was this bad, I get it. You went to Daryl Morey, and y'all had a shake on it. It wasn't nothing set in stone, nothing in writing. Okay, Daryl promised you your money, but look how you played in the playoffs. You honestly thought Daryl Morey was going to sign you long term after how you performed in the playoffs. You're not that same James Harden. Yes, you can still give us 20 and 10, and that's fine. But
defense.
You got to be consistent with it. We all know how your track record is in the playoffs. You come up non-existent. You don't play defense. Step back three. That's your move. That's your move. Yeah, you did the pick and roll with Joel. Well, kind of, because Joel didn't roll. But he just set the pick and just pop. No, roll your big ass to the basket, Joel. Roll into the basket. So,
and every time he did that, he ended up on the ding on ground.
We knew what the bottom of his shoes looked like every night.
And when it comes to James Harden and forcing his way out of places, if there isn't a James Harden clause in the next CBA, the NBA is stupid because he can't keep getting away with this kind of crap.
They kind of did that for Ben Simmons. Look how he stole all his money from the Sixers.
Exactly. They could put a little They could put a clause in there to get some of his foolishness out.
I'm sure they can. They will. They've been pretty good with it, but earned it as a question. He said, "Is it Daryl Morey?" I'm over Daryl Morey because the last 3 years he's been here, he hasn't pulled the trigger on nobody. Nobody. Kelly Oubre should not excite me. I was excited we got Kelly Oubre. You know why? Because he can score off the bench, or if you put him in the starting role. I was excited. I shouldn't be excited over a Kelly Oubre. I was ecstatic that we signed somebody of value, 20-point scorer. I was happy about that. Pat Beverly, I wasn't too mad about that. I was like, you know what? He can help out the second unit. He plays defense. He's that villain. Every team needs a villain. So I wasn't mad about the Pat Bev trade. But to see everybody that left, I mean, we get Daniel House back. And you bring back all behind Danny Green. I'm mind boggled over Danny Green.
Daryl Morey is kind of complacent, if you ask me. That's probably why he irks 76ers fans, because he's complacent.
He brings in all the Houston guys. Don't turn the team into Philadelphia Rockets. Everybody that signed so far has ties with Daryl Morey. Nick Nurse, PJ Tucker, James Harden. Somehow, I forget who else. Daniel House. He was a Rocket. So, no pick, no. Yep. So, I mean, there's no way y'all should be. We shouldn't be struggling. We got one of the best centers in the game. One of the top 3 best centers in this league. And there's no way we should be struggling to get out the second round like this each and every year. I just don't understand it. And I'm not even looking for. Every year I'm excited to see the NBA. I don't get excited to see the Sixers. This is the first year I'm not excited. We got a new coach, everything. We're going to get rocked by the Bucks. Thursday night, our first game against Milwaukee. So we'll see. So Joel finally played in the preseason game. The first one, he had 21 points. Horrible shooting night. 30. I think he was like 3 for 10 or 3 for 15, something like that. But he had 21 points. So I mean, it's something. We won. We beat the Hawks. Yay!
It's the Hawks.
If the Warriors, exactly, I think the Warriors were going to defeat if they had Joel. But yeah, I'm not looking to going into the preseason. I mean, the season. Will James Harden be there opening day?
No. And if he is, you're asking for a catastrophe.
I just don't want him to sabotage nothing. Like, don't.
And if he is there, he needs to be a professional and grow up and man up and not play sabotage. Because guess what? You just got to make it to the trade deadline. Like, come on. You'll get out of there. If you can't get out of there before the season, you're gonna get that. You'll get out of there at the trade deadline. We know that for a fact. So let's be professional. But we all know James Harden. He likes to pull a rabbit out of his hat and sabotage. Just sometimes he just likes to look dead on the court and not even try, or show up overweight in a fat suit.
It's just so funny how he has the fat suit and it like blends in perfectly. Like he'll play with it, and then the next 2-3 nights you're like, wait a minute, how you lose weight so fast? Wouldn't you just wait a minute? Like,
when I found out that was actually true, I'm like, are you serious right now?
That's oh my God. I get so jealous of other fans of other teams. Why can't we just have a competent front office? Why can't we just have that?
It could be the Hawks front office, which I think is worse.
Oh God. We're not there at the pick yet. All right. This guy right here. Davante Adams. Davante Adams doesn't want to be a Raider no more, but can you blame him? Somebody that's over Murray should be dealing with Harden. I agree with that, Mo. I agree. Davante Adams. Y'all know who Davante Adams is. Star receiver. Played with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay for all them years. Couldn't get past the hump with Davante Adams. But now Mr. Adams isn't happy with Vegas. He went over there to play with his best friend and ex-college teammate is Derek Carr. Well, guess what? Raider Nation got Derek Carr's ass out of here. And they got him out of here. They got their wish. Raider Nation was so against Carr, all this Carr slander. It was all Derek Carr's fault. Everything was Derek Carr. Defense, Wolves, Derek Carr. Offensive Wolves, Derek Carr. Special teams, it was Derek Carr's fault. Coaching, it was Derek Carr's fault. So y'all got this man out of here. So now y'all don't got no QB. And what happens? Josh McDaniels wants to bring in Jimmy G. Guess what? No Jimmy G, he's out. So now you got to deal with the rookie Aiden O'Connell. And Davante's not happy, y'all. He wants to win, and I don't blame him. What do you think about this Davante Adams situation over there in Vegas?
He clearly want to get out of there, and I don't blame him. But at the same time, he picked Vegas. He picked the Raiders, who organizationally aren't very good. So you went there under the premise they were probably to play with Derek Carr. That worked out for 1 year. It really didn't work out. They moved on from Derek Carr, leaving you stuck. You should have known this was happening. This was going to happen. It's the Raiders. And they were getting tired. Even last year when he went to the Raiders, they were talking about getting rid of Derek Carr. Raider Nation was tired of him. So it was like, you kind of signed up for this, buddy. But I understand why you're out. Because you got Josh McDaniels, who looks like an incompetent head coach, to say the least. Your defense is playing a little bit better, but not really. And you're playing with a inconsistent, when he's healthy, inconsistent quarterback and a rookie quarterback.
That's Mr. Glass right there. Jimmy G, that street clothes Garoppolo.
Like, I understand. Like, you kind of set yourself up for this. Like, the friend thing kind of made more of a weight than it should have been, because I feel like there could have been a better place for him to take his talents if he did not want to go to Green Bay. But you picked the Raiders. This is what you get. But I understand exactly why he wants to get out of there, because this is not what he's used to. He's used to having Aaron Rodgers throw him the ball all the time. He's not used to not getting the ball like that.
To help out Jordan Love. He could have stayed.
I bet Jordan Love would have appreciated it. But now he's not getting the ball as much either. He's used to winning at a high level and getting the ball. He's not doing much of none of that in Vegas, but he chose to go there. So I understand his frustrations and wanting to get out. But at the same time, you picked that hot mess of an organization. You know that the Raiders are a hot mess. You grew up watching them. They've always been a hot mess. I'm sorry for him, but
tired of catching those medicine balls from Jimmy G. So if Davante doesn't want to stay in Vegas, where would be the ideal fit for him?
Buffalo should come call him. Buffalo could.
That's gonna make Stephon Diggs unhappy.
Who cares? If he's really a competitor, like he say he is, when he's throwing all these tantrums on the sidelines, he should want another dog beside him. Ain't nobody stunned Stephon Diggs. He irked me too.
I've seen some places, they said Dallas. I don't think I would want to see him in Dallas. But one, I don't want to see him twice a year. And two, I don't know how that would work.
He ain't going to be very happy with Dak either. So there's that.
I think I've seen the Lions. I've seen Houston. Now, if you want to be real, put a Davante Adams on a Houston team with C.J. Stroud.
Please don't.
Tank Davis and Nico Collins.
I'm
Here you
not
go.
trying to see him twice a year. I'm not trying to see that twice a year. I barely want to see him once a year.
Can he go? Can he go to New Orleans? That'd be another thing. All right, I'll go back with Derek Carr in New Orleans.
Is Dennis Allen gonna go through put that together? Because I don't think he's confident enough to put that
Dennis
together.
Allen, not Dennis Allen, need to go, but they OC need to go. But
That too.
Davante in Houston,
I don't like it. Y'all can like that. I hate it.
because you got to see him twice a year. But no, that's the perfect weapon for up and young CJ Stroud, who is playing lights out as a rookie this year. Give him that ultimate weapon. Oh man. Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, Pete Carmichael goes to OC or New Orleans, and he
got to go.
Oh, Derek Carr, calling him a Jag, just a guy. Perfect segue, because we're going to talk about just a guy. Steve Smith and Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy and Steve Smith. How this all came to play is, Steve Smith was talking about Jerry Jeudy and the trade, him being on the trading block, and he was like, well, nobody should want to trade for him because he really hasn't been playing up to par. And I can't say that Steve Smith is wrong. He's not wrong. Because where has Jerry Jeudy been since he's been here, since he's been drafted? You were the first receiver to go off the board in 2020, sir. The first receiver to go off the board. You should live up to those expectations of being a first-round pick, and you've been absolutely nowhere. So when Steve Smith said you was just that guy, you got really butthurt about it. And then, of course, Steve Smith tried to apologize and say what he said on air. But who was wrong here in this scenario?
I feel like they both were. Like, they were both wrong. And especially, like, with Jerry, like, I understand he was the first receiver off the board when the year he was drafted in the class with the likes of a Justin Jefferson and etc. But where you go is also very important. He's had a bunch of quarterbacks and a whole bunch of dysfunction as long as he's been in Denver. But I feel like he's still talented. He can still do it. He just needs, the wide receiver position is very dependent on the quarterback. He's had Drew Lock, a washed up Russell Wilson, and I don't even know the other one. So, just a guy, if we're doing straight performance, yeah. But if we're considering that he's been in a hot mess of a dysfunctional organization, you kind of give him a little pass, but the talent is still there. It's still there. Now, they were both wrong. Dead wrong. And from my understanding, he tried to kind of make it up a little bit. Steve Smith tried to kind of make it up a little bit. But here's the thing about apologizing and trying to clear it up. It doesn't have to be accepted. Clearly, Jerry Jeudy didn't accept it. And the one thing that I don't particularly care for in this situation, with Smitty going on national television and ripping him and saying that he would probably publicly vouch against him, saying don't go get him and don't do this and da-da-da-da, trying to take food out of this man's mouth. I don't like that. That part I don't like. You don't insinuate stuff like that. But they were both wrong. It's just who was more wrong. In this case, I feel like Smitty he took it a little bit too far, but he's known for taking it too far. So, what else?
True. Since Jerry Jeudy's been in the league since 2020, his first season with Denver, he had 52 receptions for 856 yards, and he only had 3 touchdowns the whole season. 2021, 38 receptions, 467. He didn't have no touchdowns. 2022, 67 receptions, 972 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So last year was almost his best season. And then this year he hasn't gotten going. 20 receptions, 222. Got Russell Wilson. He had Russell Wilson last year. I think he had Drew Lock in the previous 2 years. I just feel like maybe it's time for Jerry Jeudy to get a new change of scenery, or a quarterback who knows how to get the ball to him. Maybe not say a veteran quarterback, maybe a younger squad or a younger, quarterback that needs a rep and that needs a receiver. Maybe Carolina would be a perfect place for him. He's still a good receiver, and you got an up and coming quarterback in Bryce Young. They need a number one. Not saying he's a number one, but I'm just saying they need help over there. Plenty places where you can go that needs a receiver. Maybe the Giants. They need a receiver. I'm just throwing out places that need a receiver because Daniel Jones and them need somebody to throw to.
I was going to say they can take Treylon Burks and give me Jeudy. They could take Burks because he can't get on the field regardless. I'm tired of him too.
I like Smith, but that was out of pocket. So I mean, they both were wrong in those situations. Just Steve Smith take things too far, as we all know how he is. But the man does have accolades, but still, send him to Baltimore to unlock that high power offense. Hey, I mean, Jerry Jeudy, you just need to get out of Denver. He'll have to definitely change the scenery for him. So we'll see what's going to happen next. All right, moving on here. We are moving. All right, since I clicked on it, might as well. So the sporting news. They put their list of top 50 defenders. Top 50 defenders. So let's see if we agree with this here. I gotta zoom in here because I can't see who the heck these people is. All right, so we got Al Horford at 50. It looks like that is Highsmith. You got Mikal Bridges, Dennis Finney-Smith. Let's just move up here to the top 20. So the top 20, we got Jaden McDaniels, Marcus Smart. We got Walker Kessler. Kawhi Leonard's on this list at number 17 for top 50 defenders. I don't know if it's from this year, last year, but how? We didn't see Kawhi at all.
He barely played.
Got Herbert Jones. Got Derek White at number 15. Okay, I can see that. Matisse Thybulle. Okay. Matisse is a good defender. That's all he's known for is his defense. You got OG Anunoby. All right. Number 12, we got Rudy Gobert. Of course, French Fry is going to be in this top defender list. Nicholas Claxton at 11. Nicholas Claxton is very underrated, and I like him at 11. I like Nicholas Claxton. He's coming to the zone. He can shot block. He can rebound. Joel at 10. Okay. Drew Holiday at 9. You got Bam Adebayo 8. You got Evan Mobley at 7. You got Giannis at 6. Brook Lopez at 5. Jared Jackson Jr. 4. AD 2. Alex Caruso 2. And you got Draymond Green at number 1.
AD stay healthy enough to be at number 3? Lord. And I'm the Lakers fan.
He said, Coach said, Jerry Jeudy better not go to Tennessee. Stephen Nelson.
I'll take him. I will take him. They could take Treylon Burks. Jeudy could be on the other side of D-Hop, and we can make it work. I get Treylon. I'm tired of him because he can't stay on the field. But, yeah.
Kyle said Derek White will be top 10 defender. I like Derek White. I'm glad he came to his senses and cut his hair. I applaud him for that because that needed to be done. Derek White is a great player. I would love to have had a Derek White on my team. He was good in San Antonio. He's great in Boston. He can play defense. He can shoot. He can score. And he's not afraid. He definitely ain't scared. So I like Derek White in that top in on that list. Will he be top 10? I think he will. But looking at that list, just by the top 10 that you said, anything wrong with that, or who would you put in, or who would you take out?
I really didn't see nothing too much wrong with it, other than Embiid being at 10.
Right.
I don't know if it's, but it's like where else would I put him? Because you can't really put him before 10. And there's so many players that he's better than.
They have PJ Tucker on this list at 40.
That's weird too. With his old tail.
Who they got? Fred VanVleet at 42, 43. Dylan Brooks is at 35.
And for somebody who prides himself on defense, with all that jaw jacking he did, 35 is a bit low, ain't it?
Robert Williams III is 28. Jared Allen's 27. Jared Allen is very underrated.
He's very underrated to me. So,
Ben Simmons made this list. What the?
How who made the list?
25? I'm done.
Where is he at?
He's number 25.
25?
Right here.
Huh?
Ben Simmons, number 25. Right here.
My Lord.
LeBron ain't on this list.
Yeah, LeBron ain't on this list. I was trying to look for him. I was trying to look for LeBron, but I read the whole list. I'm like, well, damn.
Not in
even in the top 100.
Not in defenders, no.
Not in defenders. He ain't even in the top 100 right now. And that's me being honest.
Patrick Beverly ain't on this list either.
He should have never been on the top 50 defenders list because he wasn't that good. But, I'll keep that opinion to myself.
So we're going to go over the top 10 ESPN list that they put out. I'm not.
This will make me mad, too.
Saying the whole list. So let me go ahead and get from 1 to where is it?
I know they put the Thunder. If we're looking at the same list, I know they put the Thunder way too high.
Top 10 ESPN players.
Oh, the players, not the team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they got Wemby at 29.
Already? All right. Makes sense.
All right. So I had this damn list. AD number 1.
Top 10? Huh?
Hold on. I don't want 1 through 5. Where's 1 through 10? There we go. Jesus Christ. All right. So at number 10, we got Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis comes in at number 10 on ESPN's top 100 list. He's number 10.
When he's consistent.
Number 9, LeBron James.
Makes sense.
So last year, AD was ranked 20. Last year, LeBron was number 6. Number 8.
Getting old.
Number 8, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was 48 last year. He is 8 this year. Watch out for SGA and the Thunder. I don't know if the Thunder can make that play-in spot or can they get to the playoffs, but SGA is very, very good for the Thunder. And so number 7, Kevin Durant is number 7, and he was 8 last year, so he went up a spot. AD did have 5 blocks in the first quarter of the preseason game yesterday, which was crazy. Number 6, Jason Tatum. He was number 7 last year, so he went up a spot. Number 5, Stephen Curry, and he was right where he was last year at number 5, so he didn't move none. Number 4, Luka Doncic. Number 3, they got Joel Embiid at number 3. Number 2, Nikola Jokic, and he put Giannis at 1.
I'd flip 1 and 2. But it's very...
I probably would flip Nikola Jokic only because he won the championship.
Yep.
And then Giannis, and then Joel, I guess. If those are your 3 main big men, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I would have had Embiid that high. Dame's not in the top 10, but I'm sure he made it on this list. I would have put Joel at 5, moved up Steph. I wouldn't have had Joel at 3. Dame is on this list, but he's not in the top 10. He's not in the top 10. This is the top 10.
He'll probably be in the top 20. I'm Dame Lillard out.
Let me see where Dame was at on this list. They had Melo Ball at 48. They had Victor at 47 already. Julius Randle 45. James Harden was 43.
That's a little high for both of them.
Tyrese Maxey 42. Clay 41. Trying to see if Dame cracked the top 50 at least.
Is this the same list that Kyrie got mad about?
Yeah. The ESPN list, yep. Because Kyrie's at 34.
He'll grow up and get over it. It's a list.
Was he in the top? I don't think Dame was in the top 50. Hold on, I'm scrolling. So Bonus was at 22. Halliburton 21. Jaylen Brown, Paul George, Jamal Murray, Bam, DJ. Dame's number 14. So he was in the top 20. He's top 20. I mean, that ain't bad.
Not that bad.
So Dame was 14. Anthony Edwards 13. Jimmy Butler 12. And Booker just outside the top 10. So yeah. So that was your top 10 list. I mean, I think the list is okay. I think the list is okay. I just think Joel don't need to be number 3. Maybe move that, like Coach said, move him down to 5. Put Steph at 4. If Anthony Davis didn't have a bad year, maybe you can move him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Joel, I think for me is a little bit too high in my opinion. The commissioner was on First Take talking to Stephen A. Smith, and they're considering going back to East versus West in the All-Star game.
Please do. Please do. I love it. I loved it. But the only thing with that is if there's more stars in the West is going to be very loaded compared to the East. So unless they have a plan to how to get the talent to be kind of equal, then that probably won't work for too long. But I like the East-West format much better.
Kyle said you think Jimmy Butler was high at 12.
No, he's right where he needs to be.
I think he should be in the top. That's about right. Maybe 12. East and West was much better. I feel like it's not so one-sided because you got Captain A and Captain B can overload everybody. And then I think that, of course the fans going to vote, but I think it's just more better East versus West. Maybe they can go back to just wearing remember back in the day they used to wear their jerseys on the East versus West, or if they had the East versus West, or they had the East and then you had the West jerseys. Go back to that. I don't like how they're doing it now. You got LeBron and Giannis, and you get to pick. Just do East and West. Have your starting 5 for the West. Have your starting 5 for the East, and your role players in your bench.
In their way, you have no person. That's one last person being picked. If you got East versus West, you ain't got to worry into that problem. Exactly. Especially that one year where him and KD did the picking on TNT, and James Harden was acting a fool. That was hilarious. And then he was the last person.
Jimmy Butler was at 12. Yeah, the East and West is definitely way better, in my opinion, than this picking. And I know the first year they did it for Kobe when he passed away. They had some stipulations or rules. We all know the All-Star game, you don't play defense, but I feel like it still would be more competitive if you do East versus West.
Mm-hmm.
And has a ball in the All-Star game determines who gets. Yeah, like have something meaningful for the All-Star game. Like, like Adam said, like they do in the World Series, home field advantage in the finals, have some type of stipulation. And maybe they win some type of money, something, I don't know. But the All-Star game is just All-Star game. Coach, that's about right. Jamal Murray is very underrated and disrespected. They had Jamal Murray at 17. He was at 17. Maybe he should have been higher on the list, but he was at.
He could have been a little higher. He could have been a little higher.
Did we get through all? Oh no, because the one topic we got left before we
Micah
get
Parsons.
picks and predictions. Mr. Keep the Same Energy. Michael Parsons is the last person you need to give a podcast to.
That was the last person who needed a goddamn podcast.
So Michael Parsons is all upset because he's saying, why is his quarterback getting scrutinized and criticized all the time in the media? Keep the same energy if the Eagles lose. Why aren't we talking about the Eagles or the San Francisco 49ers? It's because of the star that you have in your helmet. Even though you wasn't born when you wasn't around the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. 1995 was the last time. It's because of the track record in that drought. Whenever you play for Dallas, you're going to get it. This is why Dallas is in the media all the time. This is why. It's for nothing that you did. It's not even your fault why Dallas is getting talked about all the time.
Because you got Captain Talk too much as an owner.
But that's their story.
You Captain Talk too much as an owner. I'm talking about Jerry. He's always going to have something to say. Like, dang, Micah, are you happy at least once? You always got something to complain about.
Micah Parsons, you are a stud at what you do. I'm not disputing your talent because you are that guy on defense. But when it comes to the team as a whole, y'all won one playoff game. One playoff game. One. So how are you worried about you? Your quarterback doesn't succeed in playoff games. He gets to the playoff and y'all choke. It's because of who you play for. That star is on your helmet is why you're getting talked about in criticism, everything. Change it. Do better. Win playoff games. Nobody, I bet you if you won the Super Bowl, nobody would talk about you.
I hope they don't. I hope to God they don't win a Super Bowl. Because it's like, once you play for the Cowboys, Micah, whoever, it's like it's a whole different level of attention. They get all the attention. There's a reason why I hate the Cowgirls. They get too much attention. I get tired of hearing about the Cowboys. As much as y'all get tired of being talked about, we get tired of hearing it. Rational people get tired of hearing it. The delusional Cowboys fans can hear it all day. I'm not one of those. 2, we were on y'all, like the media was on the Cowboys for that bad last week when they got whipped by the 49ers again. And nobody looked good, including you, Mr. Parsons. 3, and if you're confused about why your quarterback gets so much flack from the general public, as blind as everybody else but the people in Dallas are, we know why y'all fail to meet unrealistic expectations. We know the reason. And it starts with Dak and it ends with Prescott. Like, come on, Micah.
You know why the Texas Rangers lost yesterday? Because Dak Prescott was in attendance.
Yep.
Until Dallas wins the Super Bowl or has a semi-decent personnel or a semi-decent record, get to the NFC Championship game. Until that happens, you're always going to be talked about. Until Jerry Jones is no longer in office, it's sad that Jerry Jones has to go to the upper room for Dallas to be relevant again. You know, I don't wish death for hate on nobody, but Jerry has to go to the upper room before something can happen in Dallas.
And it's like, what is he talking about here? He's talking about San Francisco and Philly not getting the same energy as Dallas do. 1, we've all noticed that Jalen Hurts and that offense has been struggling for the past 6 weeks. We knew that them losing was just going to happen down the line. That's something that's been iterated on national TV too. You just don't pay attention, but you pay attention to everything else that you're not supposed to pay attention to. And the 49ers are starting to get banged up again. So there's that, Micah. He get on my nerves.
Adam, are you asking, are we Deion fans? That Deion?
I'm a fan of what he's doing in Colorado and him shaping the culture. Now,
I've always been a Deion fan.
I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but it's getting on my nerve. I'm like,
I've always been a Deion fan. Deion Sanders is one of my favorite players. You put on my all-time list. But I get his jersey? Absolutely, just not the one that's in Dallas. I will get the San Fran one. I will get the Ravens one. I cannot wear that star. Sorry, just can't do it. It's my hatred for the Cowboys because I'm an Eagles fan. We play in the same division. That's my rival team. Can't stand Dallas. Would never wear their colors. Buffaloes are your favorite team right now. Okay. I do follow Colorado only because of the whole YouTube thing, and his junior is the media guy, so you get to see what's in the locker room. So I do follow Colorado a lot. So I know what's going on. Been following them since Prime was over there in Jackson State. But
I'm Colorado'd out. I'm done.
Since when are the Cowboys the softest toilet paper? Call them Charmin boys. I can't.
They are
Charmin tissue. That messes up the toilet. That's why we can't have Charmin. We can't have Charmin. But let's go ahead and get down to weekly picks. Week 7 coming up. I'm already 0-1 because I picked the Saints, and I got excited because I was like, oh snap.
Then
they might win. Nope. So, and these Thursday night games has been pretty bad so far. All right, so we're going to go here to the next game here. So we got the Atlanta Falcons up against Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Give me the Bucks. I have no faith in Desmond Ritter.
I'm over Atlanta as well, even though this will be. Crazy part is whoever wins this game is
gonna win a division.
Right? They'll be the division leader over there in the South. The South was just so bad this year. I'm taking Tampa here. I can't take Atlanta again. I don't know how long they're gonna. Arthur Smith, wrong Arthur, is gonna have.
They both can go.
Look.
Lord.
That Arthur Blank writes the checks. That man is a billionaire. You know why he's a billionaire? Because he owns all the Home Depots. He owns the Home Depot, and you get this $1 billion stadium, and you put a Chick-fil-A in there, and they're not open on Sundays. I'm sorry. I'm still going to get on there, and I will be in that stadium next year, and I'm going to go to the Chick-fil-A stand and say, why aren't you open? Why are you in here? I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go just so I can say that. But
let me know because I'm down here.
I don't know how long that you're going to have Desmond Ritter as your quarterback. Is it going to be time for the Taylor Heineke show? Why not put Taylor Heineke in there? But I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I'm going Tampa Bay here.
I'm so sick of the Falcons, and I live here. Hey, I'm tired of Desmond Ritter. I'm tired of Arthur Blank making the bad coaching decisions. I'm tired of Arthur Smith, and I'm not even a Falcons fan. I'm tired of Arthur Smith trying to be like Mike Vrabel all of a sudden with this mustache. I'm sick of Kyle Pitts being a myth.
Free Kyle Pitts, free Kyle Pitts, and free Drake London. We got Buffalo going into New England. Who you got?
Give me Buffalo. I don't know what's going on in New England. It's a hot mess, and I'm starting to think it's an organizational issue with the groceries being picked, the type of players that they have. Just give me Buffalo because they can't get nothing going. Bill O'Brien is back to being Bob. Yeah, Buffalo hands down.
Sorry, Kyle, got to go against your squad. Got to take the Bills. Yeah, New England don't have no identity at 1-5. Is it Mac Jones? Is it the coaching? Is Bill done? Is Robert Kraft going to pull the trigger and cut him? Bill is the GM as well. He don't know how to draft players. Only had 2 Pro Bowlers, and one of them was the punter.
So he really only had 1.5.
You got the Colts going up against the Browns, and we get Mr. Massage Parlor back. Sean Watson will be playing. Who you got?
I hope they lose. I hope they don't score. I hope it's a tie. I don't care for the Colts or the Browns, but if we're being objective here, I'll take the Browns.
Browns got a legit defense. I see Uncle Rico and running for his life. So I'm taking the Browns here. We got Detroit Lions, the hot Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got?
The Lions. I feel like that defense is. I feel like the Lions' offense is a little bit better than the Ravens' offense right now. The Lions can score in the red zone. The Ravens can't. So I'll take that. I'll take that just off of that.
I'm definitely taking the Lions right now. The Lions will be 6-1. Dan Campbell has turned this team around great. Drafting, they had a good draft. Amara St. Brown, Jared Goff is looking good. Even the running back situation, I know David Montgomery's hurt and Jahmyr Gibbs, but they got some backups. Muhammad Ibrahim out of Minnesota, he will get a shot because the other running backs are hurt. But the defense, I like the defense. Aiden Hutchinson,
yeah.
They can get to the quarterback. I am taking the Lions here. Lamar, I feel bad for him on Sunday. This is going to be an upset. I'm taking the Lions. Another game I don't care for. My God, we got the Raiders versus Chicago. The Raiders are out Jimmy G, so the rookie Aiden O'Connell will go in. And also, no Justin Fields for Chicago. Tyler Banjan, I think that's his name. He's the rookie. Also. 2 rookie QBs in here. What game are you taking? Who are you taking?
Oh my! This is setting up to be a snooze fest. Because Lord knows I'm not watching that, but somehow the Raiders might squeak it out. I'll take the Raiders. I like their weapons. They can, if they can feed Josh Jacobs, if they can establish Josh Jacobs, I have the Raiders. But
Ern's a Raiders fan and he's picking the Bears. I got the Raiders here. I think the Raiders defense will stall them out.
Now watch the Bears win.
Max Crosby and those guys are going to get to the rookie. I think they should win the game. The Ravens should be starting OBJ. They should start Z Flowers and some loser instead. Yeah, I'm going to take the Raiders. We got Washington and New York here, and I don't think I think Tyrod Taylor's getting a start again. No Daniel Jones. I got Washington.
Is he hurt?
Daniel Jones?
Yes, he hurt. He's just getting benched.
No, he hurt his neck.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Yeah, he's legit hurt. Yeah, he's legit hurt. I got the Commanders here. Sam Howell is actually playing pretty good. You got Scary Terry. You got Brian Robinson Jr. Their defense is actually pretty okay. I think they can get to this New York team. So I'm going Washington.
Ron is coaching for his life. Ron is coaching for his life right now.
Pretty much. Cardinals is in Seattle.
Now, the Cardinals are very scrappy. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they figured out a way to win this game. And Kyler Murray is set to come back soon because he's starting to practice again. But I have Seattle.
Got the Rams in Pittsburgh.
Rams. I have no faith in Kenny Pickett and Matt Canada. And none of that.
Not the sea chickens. I got the Rams too. No Pat Fryermuth for Pittsburgh. Somebody else is out, but they are active. Deontay Johnson, I think, is coming back as well. I don't know, just something about Pittsburgh's offense right now. I'm going to take the Rams. I want to take LA, even though I know they are out Kyron Williams. I still like LA's chances. Green Bay and Denver.
Green Bay and who?
Denver.
Oh, Green Bay off bat.
Yep, I'm on a love boat train on this game. I'm taking Green Bay. Kansas City and the Chargers.
be a flip because Kansas City really hasn't been Kansas City-ish. They've been Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and a bag of chips.
Their defense is keeping them in.
Their defense is keeping them in.
And I think they're getting Frank Clark back too, I think.
They might. If they get Frank Clark, that should help them out a little bit. But that's not going to help that wide receiver situation they got going on.
Yeah.
But give me Kansas City because I don't trust Brandon Staley. The last time I trusted the Chargers to beat the Cowboys, they didn't do it. So give me Kansas City.
I'm going to take Kansas City as well. We got the Sunday night game between my Eagles and the Dolphins. Who you got?
This is going to be a good game. Off rip. But as much as I like Jalen and AJ and company, I will take the Dolphins because the Eagles offense has been struggling. But I wouldn't be surprised. And with the way the Dolphins defense is set up, I wouldn't be surprised if Philly steamrolled the Dolphins either. Because their defense is vulnerable.
I had this game.
Regardless of it, when they get Jalen Ramsey back, it's always going to be vulnerable.
So the Miami will get Xavier Howard back in this game. I had this game circled as a loss. So I'm gonna go with Miami. Only because of what I saw last week. I don't know, like you said, we barely been squeaking by with wins, but we've been winning. But we get everybody back. Our secondary is banged up, literally banged up. Slade comes back. We get Jalen Carter back. We're getting Lane Johnson back. So we're going to see. Ernst said he's going with the Eagles only because of the D-line situation. We'll see. If you can slow down the Tyreek Hill, I know Darius Slade is going to have. He's going to be in for it. He's not. I know Tyreek Hill's not physical because Slade doesn't do well against the physical wide receivers, but I think he can go toe to toe with Tyreek Hill. But we'll see. We'll see. But I got the Eagles losing here. I got the Eagles losing here. Monday night game. San Fran and the Vikings. No Deebo Samuel. Rappaport just put out a report. Deebo's has changed. Took the X-rays, MRI earlier about his shoulder, so he's going to be out. And this possible CMC possibly could be out. We don't know yet. But who you taking here?
49ers. I have no faith in Minnesota. I know that they're still missing Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins is what he is. This is a night game. He might turn into worse Cousins. So I'll take the 49ers here. I feel like Brock Purdy will rebound.
Exactly. I'm going to take 49ers. I don't trust Minnesota as far as I can throw them. Now watch. Every time I don't pick Minnesota, they find a way to win. Ernst taking Minnesota in the shocker. I'm going to take the 49ers here. Even with all these blunders, I still think their defense.
The Vikings, it's the Vikings and the Commanders. I don't trust either one of them. Because the one day I pick them, they lose. When I don't pick them, and I swear to God I'm not picking them anymore, they win.
But I'm taking the 49ers because they do have a semi-good defense. And I think that defensive front can get to that O-line to get the Kirk Cousins. But there you have it, y'all. We got another show in the books. Make sure y'all check us out every Saturday at 5 p.m. We will be breaking down NFL topics and NBA topics. Make sure y'all check us out on Roku TV as well. We are on the Northeast Streaming Sports channel. So make sure we got Roku TV. You can check us out. All the shows here on Empire Sports Network. You can check them out. So I appreciate y'all in the chat and everything. But before we leave on out of here, we're going to leave you with this message. And then we're going to get on out of here. So make sure y'all tune in. Monday morning, Sports and Coffee and Sports Morning Show will be back. So make sure y'all tune in there every day at 9 o'clock to check out Chris and Mo. And on that note, we're going to leave y'all with the Chris and Mo. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. We're going to get out of here, y'all. Enjoy some college basketball.
Hey, this is Chris from Coffee and Sports, the morning show over on Sports Empire Network.
And this is Mo
Catch us on Northeast Streaming Sports Production, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 10 a.m.
We hope to see you there.